Okay, in the last discussion, we discussed many things about string and concatenation. In this discussion, we're going to talk about string formatting. Okay, basically, string formatting lets you inject items into a string rather than trying to chain items together using commas or string concatenation. As a quick comparison, consider like this: player equals to Thomas and points equals to 33. So we can present it using string concatenation. Last night plus player plus scored, and then string, we're converting integer into string and points. And then we can also use string formatting with f, and then comma last night, we're gonna call player here, and then scored points here. So let's just run it and see. So as you can see, that result is exactly the same. So why do we need concatenation, string formatting instead of concatenation? The advantage is that we can have many different kind of variables and things like that which we need as per our requirement, and then we can put them here and print it for different purposes. So this is important in a smooth running of our Python code. So let's just explore this. Okay. So basically there are three ways to perform string formatting. One is the oldest method is using percentage character, and improved technique is using dot format method, and the newest method which is used in Python 3.6 is with this f format. So we are gonna cover all of these methods. So because you're gonna since you will encounter all three versions in someone else's code. So formatting with placeholder. So I'm going to inject percentage sign and string something here. So this string will be placed here. So you can see I'm going to inject something here, and we can also present some text here and some text here. So this means string some here, and then I'm gonna call this second time, so I'm gonna call mirror here. So remember that you need to include these curly braces, some text here and some more text here. So in this method we're gonna present x and y, and we're gonna call this x comma y, some text here and more text here. So we can define, we can assign x and y some strings, and then we can call these variables in the where we want to print them. So I'm going to inject some text here and more text here. So there is another example. This is a tab which inserts tab. You can see this here. I once caught a fish this big. So we are using, so far we are using s, which is converting string, and then it takes whatever the uh, keywords or the Python codes are there, it's gonna interpret it. But if we use r sign, percentage r, it is going to use convert this whole, is gonna use this whole thing. It's gonna not gonna read it and then print it as it is. So let's just see. Plus F10. I once caught a fish this big. So there's a difference between S and R, and Python uses both. Okay, we have other operators also. This is percentage sign S and percentage sign D. So the percentage sign converts whatever it sees into a string, including integers and floats, and percentage sign D operator converts numbers to integers first without rounding. So this is a difference. So this is going to print as it is, and however this will be printed on, in this case only 3 will be printed. So let's just run and confirm it. That's great. Okay, Now format conversion method. Okay, we have already discussed this percentage sign s and percentage sign r. So this is string method, this is representation method in which Fred will be included. So just gonna run it for the sake of, okay, Fred will be included here. Okay, so precision with floating point numbers. Floating point number use the format percentage sign 5.2f. Here 5 would be minimum number of characters the string should contain. These may be padded with white spaces if the entire number does not have these many digits. Next to this, point 2f stands for how many numbers to show past the decimal point. So for example, so I'm gonna say 1, so minimum character should be minimum number should be 1, and maximum should be as much as I can as I have. And point 2 means I need to only have 2 digits after decimal point. So this 4 will be dropped. So let's just see. It's only 3. 13.14. So let what happens if I put 10. So there are white space. This is a big white space. So this is floating point representation. Okay. There is no harm in using multiple formatters. So percentage sign s and then floating points and then representation method. So high will be presented here. Will input here. Second is 5 points. So third 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 digits minimum and maximum as many as I can have, but only 2 digits after point. So 30.14, and this is percentage sign r. So it's gonna use all of this thing, including quotation marks. So first high, second 3.14, and third is by. Now formatting with dot format method. So a better way to format object into your string for uh, point statements is with the string dot format method. The syntax is like this: string here, then also here, dot format something 1 and then something 2. So for example, print this is a string with curly braces, dot format insert. So this is a string with an insert. I'm gonna put comma and full stop. So this is a string with an insert. So we can put something here. There are some advantages over this for this method. Okay. Our placeholder method. Number one is the insert object can be called by index position. So what it means is that we can for example 2 1 0 and dot format. This is 0 1 2. So 2 will be placed here, 1 will be placed here, and 0 will be placed here. So let's just run it. The quick brown fox. This is the first advantage. Second advantage is that um, insert objects can be assigned keywords. So for example, the first object A, second object B, and third object C. The format is equal to A equals to 1, and we are assigning keywords. B equals to 2 and C equals to 12.3. So this is we're gonna call this A, B, and C. So you can see that here. First object 1, second object 2, and third object 12.3. We can just change this B, and then we're gonna see C, and then we can call it A, maybe C, and then this format will change. 2 of second object 2, second object 12.3, and third object is 1. Okay. And third advantage is that it can be reused, which we have already seen that. So for example, this one versus this one, a percentage sign saved is a percentage sign earned. So we need to, in this case, we have to define 2 times, string here and then string here. But here in a placeholder dot format method, we do not need to do this. We only need to define it once, and we can use it multiple locations. A penny saved is a penny earned. A penny saved is a penny earned. So this one is some advantage over that. All right. Um, there is some alignment discussion. I don't want to go into that detail. I want to go to into f string methods. So let's just talk about that. Introduced in Python 3.6, fstring offers several benefits over the older dot format string method described above here. For one, you can bring outside variables immediately into string rather than pass them as argument through dot format variable. So for example, let me show you an example. Name is equal to Fred. So print f, he said his name is F. So in dot format method, you need to put here like this, and then you need to define like, okay, let me say this. Wait a minute. So this is the old method using format, and let me just run this first. He said his name is Fred. So we are using dot format method here, and then we're gonna call this here. However, using f format, which is new format, we can directly call this here. We do not need to put dot format and defining this. So just put f. It means that's what is going to happen, and we're gonna call this directly here. So let me show you. So he said his name is Fred. This is the new. This is defined in 3.6. We can also use R to get the string representation as well. So you're gonna let's see. He said his name is R. So let me just comment this one. He said his name is Fred. So name, this exclamation sign, and then R. So yeah, that's their different advantages. Floating formats result. Okay. Another advantage is floating format follows result value with dot precision. So with the dot format method, you might see value like test 10.4 with the f string. This can be value this point says. So let's just see this. My 10 characters 4 decimal number is 0 to 10.4f format number. So this is gonna be used. So my now we're gonna this is format method. So in the new method f, my 10 character 4 decimal number is num. So you can see this is num is defined here like this, 0 to 10 up to 10.6. So you can see this one, the white spaces. So we're gonna close this like minimum 1. This is gonna be like this. So you can see there is advantage over dot format method and f method. So you're gonna see the programmers using both of these methods. So I'm discussing so that you may be aware of that. Okay. Okay. And yeah, this one. So note that with f string, precision refers to total number of digits, not just those following a decimal. This fits more closely with scientific notation and statistical analysis. Unfortunately, f strings do not pad to the right decimal, even if you know precision allows it. So what it means? Okay, so it means that when we are using dot format method, if we say that we need 0.4, it means 4 digits after decimal point, and no matter what, it's gonna include 0. So there is gonna be padding. However, in f format, if the digits are not there, the Python is not going to pad. So let's run this example. My 10 character four decimal number is 0 to 10, and then format dot number, and then number, we're gonna call this number colon 10.6. So we are asking after dot we need 6 digits. So let's see and run. You can see that format method put 4 digits. Even if we ask 6 digits, it did not pass. However, if we want only one, then this is gonna be 2 e raised power plus 1. Okay, so it means that it's gonna present, it's not going to pad after decimal point, and dot format dot 6. So dot 6 means total 6 digits. So if I put 1, so it's gonna present only 1 2 e raised power 1. So only one digit, and it means 10 raised power 1, which means 20. If I say 2 digits only, then it's gonna present 2.3 10 raised power 1, which is basically 23. If I say only 3 digits, then 23.4. If I say 4 digits only, then 23.45. If I say port 5, no, there is no zero padding. So this is the difference between dot format method and f method. So if this becomes important, you can always do this. Yeah, so that's all for strings formatting. So let's continue about listing, how we use list in Python, which is very useful for data analysis and all these things. So let's just continue.